Bar coming up the middle, free safety, gotta get it go. Allen steps up. Jumps over the defenders to pick up the first. The sideline for using Curry, way downtown, bang!
Hello, and good Thursday morning, everyone. It is a beautiful October morning, and it is a football morning in the NFL, and we have the New Orleans Saints at the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to talk a little bit today, fantasy-wise, on what players we may want to or not want to play on this Thursday night. Let's look over some stats from each team. So on offense, New Orleans actually ranks 4th on offense, where the Cardinals rank 14th. Cardinals are kind of like on this little downturn this year. Kyler Murray's not playing Kyler Murray way. I wonder if it's just we have too much Call of Duty going on. Now, Arizona does add 2 key pieces back to their puzzle this week with D-Hop back. Welcome back, Mr. D-Hop. And they also picked up Robbie Anderson from the Carolina Panthers. Not too intrigued with Robbie Anderson, to be honest with you, but having D-Hop back changes the whole scenario for this whole game. Moving to the New Orleans side of offense, we're not quite sure if they're going to have Jamison Winston tonight, so I feel as if I think we should keep him on the bench. There's probably another quarterback out there that we could play. Alvin Kamara is a definite start. I feel like with the Michael Thomas being questionable, Chris Olave should be back this week. I know he was kind of questionable at the beginning of the week, but I feel as if Chris Olave is going to play. That will really factor into how this game goes. Let's go defense. Defensive-wise, Arizona's been kind of shaky so far. So have the Saints. The Cardinals have an edge. They're ranked 14th in defense, where the Saints are ranked 19th. In passing, again, they're both pretty even at 13 and 14 in the league, being at New Orleans by 1 position. Rushing, New Orleans kind of owns this one with Alvin Kamara in the backfield. They're ranked 7th in rushing. And the Arizona Cardinals are ranked 14th in rushing with James Conner. Now, moving into a few more key stats on players that we need to look out for. So far this year, Alvin Kamara's got 66 attempts at 302 yards. He has no touchdowns. That is kind of the thing that we're looking to see him hopefully get done this week, is get that ball in the end zone on a beautiful Thursday night game. Taysom Hill, he has 26 carries for 267 yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, Taysom Hill they're using in multiple different ways. They have him slated as a tight end, but he's playing a lot of Wildcat style offense at quarterback. So if Jamison Winston doesn't play, I would assume that Taysom Hill gets quite a few touches in the backfield. It's worked on and off this year. I know he's had a couple boom games where he's had multiple touchdowns. I'm just not sure if that happens again tonight against the Cardinals defense. As far as passing goes, Chris Olave has been the guy that has just sort of come alive over the last 2 weeks, if you will. 25 receptions, 389 yards, and 2 touchdowns so far this year, with the kind of up and down of quarterback play that is unsure of in New Orleans. I feel like if New Orleans could get that figured out, they will be a completely different football team, because they do have the weapons on the outside and they have Alvin Kamara in the backfield. They are a dangerous team. Moving over to Arizona, though, you have Kyler Murray at 65% so far on the year with 1,463 passing yards and 6 touchdowns. He also has that with 4 interceptions. His numbers are way down from last year. They started off last year 6-0 at this point. And both of these teams are right now 2-4. But Kyler Murray, he doesn't look like he has that shake and bake to him like he had last year. And they're rushing. It's the same. Kyler Murray's leading the team with 38 attempts and 233 yards and 2 touchdowns, where James Conner has 54 attempts with 200 yards and 1 touchdown. So it's kind of funny to see that this offense is polar opposite of where they were last year at this time. Their number one receiver now down was Hollywood Brown. He had 43 receptions for 485 yards and 3 touchdowns, followed by Zach Ertz with 35 receptions, 299 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The key factor here to me is going to be how do they involve D-Hop week 1. I feel like they're going to have a few special plays that we haven't been able to see, obviously because he's been suspended for PEDs, but being it's his first game back, I feel like he's going to want to flash and he's going to make a couple big plays. So I would definitely start D-Hop this week. I would definitely start Zach Ertz. I feel like with D-Hop, it's going to allow Zach Ertz to get open, and vice versa for D-Hop. Zach Ertz is going to take on a double team or two, and it'll leave D-Hop open in the back. I would definitely play James Conner, being the defense for the New Orleans Saints has been kind of up and down to running backs. I think James Conner would be a safe play. And Kyler Murray, I would play him this week. Definitely play him this week, being he has Deandre Hopkins back. Moving over to the Saints, I think the only 2 players that you will really start from the Saints this Thursday night is going to be Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave. Those 2 have really made themselves a nice spot on this team over the first 6 weeks of the season. But I tell you guys, tonight's game, I really hope it's not what the past 2 Thursday nights have been. The past 2 Thursday night games have been duds, not really good on fantasy points. But, hey, hopefully we can make a big change this week. And I think Arizona should pull this win off with the decisions at quarterback being made for New Orleans. That's where it's really going to factor in. So I'll give Arizona the nod, but I'm playing Kyler Murray, I'm playing DeAndre Hopkins, playing James Conner, and I'm playing Zach Ertz. You all have a great day, and I hope this helps out your fantasy lines. Later, y'all.